Item A, receive oral report on the results of the November 3rd general municipal election and the schedule to fill council vacancy. City Clerk.
Honorable Mayor and council members, San Mateo County has 28 days from the date of the election, which was November 3rd, to certify the results. So the results that I'm going to give you tonight are semi-official results as of today, November 10th. For the office of mayor, Jim Ruane received 3,210 votes. Miguel Arahu received 1,165 votes. Council had 2 open seats and both incumbents ran unopposed. Rico Medina received 3,329 votes and Ken Ibarra received 3,158 votes. The treasurer had 1 open seat and the incumbent ran unopposed. And the incumbent, John Marty, received 3,726 votes. The city clerk had 1 open seat and she ran unopposed. And that's Carol Bonner, and she received 3,811 votes. And then Connie'd like to speak to you, our city manager.
Thank you, Carol. Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council. The purpose of my short additional report is to provide you some specific information and give an opportunity of a heads up both to the City Council as well as to members of the public about the process and the timeline that applies under state law for the City Council's decision-making with respect to filling a vacancy that will exist on the City Council with Councilmember Ruane's election to the mayor's seat. That election result will take effect as of December 1st. That is the first Tuesday that immediately follows the timeline for the for the county to complete the final results of the election, which occurred on November 3rd. At that time, the new mayor will take his seat and all of the newly elected public officials will be sworn in and take their seats. At that time, with the transition of current mayor Larry Franzella off of the City Council, there will be the initiation of a vacancy. Again, the purpose of my report is not to engage you in discussion. It's premature for that to occur, but simply to provide you with a heads up because there are some very specific procedural and scheduling issues that I think are important both for you and for the public to know. In short summary, in the event of a vacancy, state law requires or calls for the City Council to have 2 options to fill that vacancy. First option is to call for a special election. In that case, the City Council has 114 days to schedule that election, and there are certain requirements that apply to how that is done. The short part of this story is that in that case, there are no immediately urgent scheduling considerations that I've been able to identify. So I will be proceeding with the second option in which that is the case, and the majority of my comments will apply to the second option. But again, just to be absolutely clear and as a reminder that there are 2 options, and the City Council has not yet been presented with the opportunity and will not be presented with the opportunity for any decision making until after the vacancy occurs. The second option under state law is for the City Council to make an appointment to fill that vacancy. And in this case, there is a fairly short period of time that state law provides for that vacancy, for that decision to be completed. In other words, for an appointment to be made and a new council member to be seated. As you can well imagine, just visualizing the calendar in your head, beginning December 1st, 30 days puts a very tight window of time right on top of a typically busy holiday season. For that reason, I am recommending that the City Council consider taking, I will be recommending that the City Council consider taking up this important decision at the earliest possible time, and as early actually as December 1st, on the evening in which the new council will take its seats. If the City Council elects to, or decides to make an appointment, again, you have 30 days to do that. And I will be laying out a proposed schedule for your consideration that would allow the council potentially to complete that process prior to the full-on holiday season. But again, would just, with my purpose as a heads up, make it clear to the City Council and to the public that this important decision will be needing to be made, if that's the council's pleasure, in a very short period of time. It has traditionally been the City Council's process in these previous occasions where an appointment has been made to an elective office to provide an opportunity for citizens who are interested to participate. And it is with that in mind that I will again be making a recommendation to you for a schedule that begins almost immediately after December 1st, and again concludes within the first couple of weeks of December in order to avoid the holidays. With that, I don't have any additional comments this evening, and again, my only purpose is to provide an advance organizer and heads up both to you and the community, because this is an important decision for the council and for the future of San Bruno. Thank you.
Thank you. It should also be reported that Measure F, the transient occupancy tax that was before the voters, was successful and did pass in the city of San Bruno, as it did throughout the county where it was on the ballot.